All right, friends, this is Sarah with Magic Feet Express. We are going to ride the Skyliner and give you a full tour of all of the different lines of the Skyliner that you can take, hopefully to try to make it a little bit easier. I know a lot of people are confused by which line to get on, get off, when you can stay on, when you can't. So we are going to have some fun and sit back, relax, and enjoy the most magical flight on Earth and take you all around Walt Disney World on the Skyliner and explain to you all of the different lines that you can get on and where the different places that it can take you. So stay with us, and hopefully by the end of the video you will have all of the information that you need on the Skyliner. Hey friends, Sarah with Magic Feet Express. We are hanging out in the Skyliner right now. We just boarded at the International Gateway and on the back side of Epcot. We came over from the boardwalk. We were checking out the boardwalk and had brunch or lunch or breakfast, whatever you call it, at Cape May Cafe. And so then we explored some of the boardwalk resorts, and my hair's flying everywhere. That looks great. And then we hopped over, and the Skyliner's right there. So we grabbed the Skyliner at the International Gateway, and now we're just kind of riding it through. So, woo! That feels nice. Yes, they were concerned about Skyliner with Florida heat and them not having this is fantastic, not having the air condition, but as you can see, it is breezy enough in here. And so we've been on these in the summer, all different seasons, and honestly, it's fine. They are cool enough, even in the summer heat. So you get a nice breeze. I usually try to air out, the pits and just take a little breather. So yeah. All right. See ya. All right, so we're coming into the turn. There's only one of these on all of the Skyliner, and it's here through the International Gateway. From there, if you pick it up there, over to Riviera. So we just turned, and now we'll start back up again. So you kind of slow down a little bit, go around the turn, and then pick it back up. So I'm going to show you over this way. There's the other line that we just came on. And then that's going to be hard to see through these grates, but there's the back there. Oh, it's blurry. Is the turn. And then you are on your way. So that's the line we were just on. Then you make your turn. Now we're heading over to Riviera. Then from Riviera, you'll be able to go to the main hub. You can head back to Epcot on this line if you wanted to, or you can head over to Caribbean Beach, that hub there, which is kind of like one of the main ones, which will get you a line to Hollywood, get you a line to Art of Animation or Pop Century. So we'll kind of keep you updated here. We're going to take a little Skyliner ride. See Spaceship Earth over there. Back of World Showcase, kind of behind here. Coming up to Riviera up there. Another great view here of Epcot in the distance. Passing the emergency station for Disney. Coming into Riviera Resort here. Passing the Caribbean Beach as well. Now at this station, you have the option to get off and take the Skyliner back to Epcot, or as you can see, there's another line going that way. This is the one spot on the Skyliner that you actually have the choice to stay on if you want to stay on and go on to the other line. All the other ones, they make you get off and then reload. They're gonna make you. So as you can see, you could get off here, or if you want to stay on, the doors just kind of open and you just kind of wave to the cast, to the crew, and let them know that you want to stay on. And then you can stay, there we are, you can stay on the Skyliner and it'll just take you slowly through and you'll start up. Oh, doors are going to automatically close. We're locked back in. We're going to make a little turn here. And that'll get us on the other line. We'll be heading out to head over to the Caribbean Beach Hub. All right, so we've come around the corner. The doors are closing again. And we're going to be taking off. Now coming up the other way, out of the Riviera Skyliner hub here. So, and we're flying. Whee! Caribbean Beach. We've got Riviera back there. And now we're flying over Caribbean Beach.
Yep, here it is. There it goes.
All right, so we're coming in to the Caribbean Beach hub here. You will have to get off at the station, and then you can decide from there where you're going to go. So this would be if you're going to catch Hollywood, you're going to take the line that's going out to the right, and then Art of Animation and Pop Century, you would go straight. There's another line that keeps going and heads that way. But either way, you do have to get off, and then you make your decision and get on the next line. So when you come in with these, you come in and you feel like you're going to crash. You come in kind of hot, but I promise you it will slow down. You'll get real close to the car in front of you, but you're good. All right, so we've just gotten off of our car. We're in this yellow one here. And so now you're at kind of the main hub for the Skyliner. So, like I said, if you choose to go straight coming off that line, straight ahead, you're going to catch the other line, which is going to get you to Art of Animation or Pop Century. It's the same line. And if you go to the right, this is going to be the line to get you at Hollywood. So you just make your choice, or if you're just riding for fun, you could hop back on the other side and pick that right back up and go to Riviera or Epcot. So this is kind of the main hub that'll get you to any one of the lines. Just kind of make your choice depending on where you are going. Skyliner. So depending on if you have a scooter, you can see that all of the lines have a handicap entrance, and those have stationary cables. We have other videos that show you kind of a loading and an unloading of a scooter onto the stationary carts, just so you can see what that would look like if you needed that. Again, there's the stationary line there, waiting, doors open, just waiting for anyone that's on a scooter or that needs assistance. Because the other cars do not come to a complete stop. They kind of keep moving. It is slow, but they do kind of keep moving. All right, so guys, we're gonna head on over to Art of Animation and Pop Century first. So we'll show you, we'll get on that line. And that's just a quick jaunt. It's pretty straightforward, but you do go over the lake and stuff, so we'll show you what that looks like. But you'll just get in line and wait. Again, if you're going at rope drop times or, you know, coming home at the end of the night, these can get pretty backed up. During the day, the waits are pretty minimal. This is about, you know, the longest I've waited, where there's maybe, you know, 5-6 cars in front of you or so. End of the night or rope drop in the morning can be a different story. So you just got to plan accordingly. All right, so they'll ask you to wait behind the white line. Then they'll direct you you'll walk on. If you can see, it continues to move. So it keeps moving, and you just kind of load and get on and take a seat and enjoy the ride. The doors will close automatically. So you just kind of ride with them open till you get to the end of the line. I'll show you here. We're gonna close, bada boom, and then we'll take off. And you start moving a little quicker as you take off. Whee! So this ride, we did get in a car, one of the cars that does have a wrap on it. So I don't know if you can tell with the cars that are going by. A lot of them have wraps on them with different characters and designs. Some of them though are just clear windows where there's no wrap. Like I don't know if you can see, that one has a cocoa wrap on it. And so your view is just a little bit diminished if you get into one of the cars with a wrap on it. So if you're looking for pictures or that kind of thing, just know that out the door, none of the doors have wraps. So you could take a picture pretty clearly out the doors like that. But if you get into a car with a wrap, you can kind of see there, you get a little bit more glare and it's not as easy to kind of like see through. So it just kind of depends on whichever car is, you know, comes up next, depending on the one that you get to go into. All right, so we are coming up to Art of Animation. These are the Little Mermaid rooms. I'm going out the window or the door because again, that view is a little bit blocked when you have a wrap on it. So these are Little Mermaid rooms, but we are going over the lake. Hopefully you can see that. Okay, not as good as I would have hoped. And Pop Century is over on this side. So this one you will have to go across the water. We're still in front of Little Mermaid over here. Pop Century on this side. So again, you'll come in when you get off, you'll either go to the right to get to Art of Animation, or if you head left, you will get to Pop Century. All right, so we just got off them at the Art of Animation and Pop Century Hub. So again, if you head right, that's gonna get you to Art of Animation. And if you head left, that's going to get you to Pop Century. So we're gonna jump back on and get back on the line, head it back to the Caribbean Beach Hub, and then we will show you the Hollywood Studios line. So again, you notice here during the day, again, there's not very much wait. It's usually kind of walk up. So we'll see here if we get one with a wrap or not a wrap. You can see the ones that have wraps, they're all gonna have wraps. So it's gonna, again, diminish our view just a little bit. Again, they keep moving. We'll hop on and sit down and then wait. So on this side, I'm gonna keep it rolling just so you can see Pop Century better, just because we didn't get a very good view because we're in a wrapped. You can see how slow they kind of go as you're moving through the hub. Doors are going to automatically close. And we're going to be taking off here. And there we go. Woo! Feel the breeze. Feels good. And again, we're heading out over the lake. So Art of Animation is on this side.
Welcome aboard the Disney Skyliner at Disney's Pop Century Resort and Disney's Art of Animation Resort. We are on our way to Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort with connecting flights to Disney's Hollywood Studios and Epcot International Gateway.
All right, so we are passing. Again, Pop Century just kind of ended there. Hourglass Lake is coming to an end. Art of Animation still over on this side. And we're gonna head on back to the connecting flight at Caribbean Beach. Here we are, just chilling, hanging out in the Skyliner.
My favorite thing to do.
Just ride around.
It is.
So you can fit a lot of people in the cabins. I would say they usually, if it's not busy, they will let you have a car, what are we gonna call this thing, I guess, all to yourself. Sometimes they still do that at the end of the night, which I don't think is very effective. We've waited over an hour, if or more, at the end of the night after the fireworks show, and everybody at Epcot and everybody was trying to, load and unload or whatever, but it wasn't very efficient at that point. It's nice though when it's not busy that they do let you have your own car. So, all right. All right, guys, so we just got off of the Art of Animation and Pop Century line, and now we are walking. So when you exit, straight ahead would be your connecting if you're going to Epcot or Riviera, if you were heading over for a dining reservation at Topolino's or something like that. And then again, if you turn here, you're going to, so from that line, it would be to turn left. You would get onto the connecting flight to Hollywood. So we're gonna drive or get on the Hollywood line. Again, this is midday, and again, there's nobody in line here with the connecting flight to Hollywood. So every time I've been here, again, midday, it's pretty empty, or it's not very long at all. Just a couple parties in front of you. So we're gonna hop right on here.
Thank you for your patience. We will be taking flight momentarily.
Walk right on. And now we're gonna head over to the Hollywood line. So we just loaded, and you can see again, look at the difference in the clarity. I can just tell even from looking at the screen, this car does not have a wrap. So we're gonna get a much better view now of what's going on. So we just took off from Caribbean Beach Hub, and now we've got the connecting flight over to Hollywood Studios. So we will show you what this one looks like. Right now we're just gonna enjoy the ride. All right, so again, we are on the line right now heading into Hollywood. You can see Spaceship Earth back there in the distance a little bit. Well, now the trees are kind of blocking it, but we're coming into Hollywood. You can see the top of the dolphin, Swan and Dolphin sticking up over there, and there's Tower of Terror ahead. And landing shortly, coming up to the parking lot for Hollywood Studios. All right, so again, I'm just trying to show you how breezy it is in here. So I'm standing up right in front of the window where the beds are. It's very breezy. So if you're hot, jump on the Skyliner, lift up your pants, and you'll be good for a little bit. Woo! I don't know if you can hear that. It is breezy. All right, so it's not too long of a trip over to Hollywood. Coming in here. You can see all the bus parking for Hollywood Studios, for the bus pickup and drop-off areas. And we're flying into the Skyliner hub here. You can see Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and the old Chinese theater there. Star Wars is back there. So again, coming in. And again, you do have to disembark here. If you want to get back on, you can just kind of turn right back around if you wanted to. It's also right back there in the distance. You can see where you pick up the boat. Woo! I should probably should sit. They probably have something that says you get to stay seated.
They do.
So we're exiting here, going down the ramp, getting off of the Hollywood line. Again, that's where you can pick up the boat if you were choosing boat as your transportation. Head down the ramp here. Entrance to Hollywood is right over here. All right, so we just got off the Skyliner. Just wanted to give you a little view here how this works. We're underneath the Skyliner at the Hollywood line. Coming in, going out. All right, guys, so we just are taking off now on the Hollywood line. We got another car that has a wrap on it, so you're gonna have to just kind of look through the blur. You can see the difference. So we're heading back. When you get from Hollywood, you're heading back to Caribbean Beach. And then again, from there, you will have to disembark, and then you can choose where you're going from there. So you'll either get to Epcot, or you can head to Art of Animation or Pop Century. So, or if you wanted to, get yourself back on the other line and head back to Hollywood. So those are kind of your main, the main connections there at the Caribbean Beach. All right, so we're coming from Hollywood, and now we're heading back into the Caribbean Beach hub. And again, you will have to get off here, and that we're gonna head back to, we're gonna take the Epcot line. We've shown you all of the other ones. So we're gonna head back to the Epcot line, and that'll complete a full review or a full tour of all lines of the Skyliner and what your options are. All right, so we just got off of the Hollywood line, got off of our car. Here we are back at the Caribbean Beach hub. And again, we have the options. To our right would be Art of Animation and Pop Century, that line. And, oh boy, it's getting a little bit more crowded now. I think this is the point where people are starting to park hop a little bit or head back for a midday break. So we're gonna head left, and we're gonna get on and wait for the Epcot line. All right, guys, our last takeoff here, and we are back from Caribbean Beach hub, and we're getting our connecting flight over to the Riviera, which is the connecting flight to Epcot. So we'll keep you checked in here.
Welcome aboard, Islanders.
Again, we don't have
you are on the Disney Skyliner
listen.
at Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. We're flying to Disney's Riviera Resort with continuing flights to Epcot.
So again, when we get into Riviera,
Hold on to your straw hats. We are about to enter the heart of the Caribbean.
we're not going to get off. If you heard them say it's different, that they have continuing flights instead of connecting flights to Epcot. That's a good shot of Epcot in the distance.
We are now sailing over Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, home to a collection of tropical villages inspired by the colorful architecture and lifestyle of the Caribbean islands.
All right, so we're coming in here to Riviera.
Please remain seated until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us. Por favor, permanezcan sentados.
So again, this one here, you can stay on, and you're just going to make the turn, and then take the other line that goes off to the left to get back to Epcot. So this is the one hub, again, that you can stay on the Skyliner and do not have to disembark. So we're going to go through and just stay on, turn the corner, and head to Epcot. All right, guys, so we turned the corner at the Riviera hub and are now just taking off again. You kind of just work your way slowly around the corner, remain seated, and then you can take off again. And this will take us into Epcot.
Pack your passports. We are on our way to Epcot International Gateway. When we arrive, remember to use your My
we are again on the Skyliner from Riviera, heading over to Epcot International Gateway.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I'm gonna let you
in
listen.
just a few moments, we will be taking a scenic spin around the Skyliner turn station. Please remain seated. This station was designed for turning only.
So again, we have a turn here, a scenic spin as they call it. So you just stay seated, but you do have to make a turn here, turn the corner. So we're gonna come in, you kind of slow down a little bit. We're turning. Straight, so we'll take off again to regular sailing speed. All right, next stop will be the International Gateway in back of Epcot in World Showcase. You'll enter there. So that's the line we just got off.
Coming into view is Disney's Boardwalk Inn and Disney's Boardwalk Villas. From elegant dining and magical lounges to lively entertainment just off the shores of Crescent Lake, this charming seaside resort relives.
All right, guys, we're entering in to International Gateway, which is right at World Showcase. There's Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. We're
We are
entering
now
right at
arriving at
Paris.
Epcot. To all
We're
who
in
come to
France.
this place of joy, hope, and friendship, welcome.
So this is, again, is the International Gateway. It's the entrance to Epcot there. So you'll enter into World Showcase.
Please
the
remain
back of the
seated
park.
until the doors automatically open. When exiting the cabin, please supervise children, collect your belongings, and watch your step. Thank you for flying with us. Por favor, permanezcan sentados hasta que las puertas cierren automáticamente al salir.
All right, so that concludes our Skyliner tour. Hopefully you've got a little bit more of a glimpse of the different options for Skyliner, and we'll be able to have a lot of fun as you ride the Skyliner and choose that as your mode of transportation, or one of your modes of transportation, as you get around Walt Disney World. Enjoy, friends, and we'll see you soon. Catch us if you can.
Okay, so folks, we are on the Skyliner headed to the main hub. And here's my advice for you. Make sure on a hot day you get yourself some chub rub, because your legs, they get an infection. Or you can take one of your masks that you no longer need. It's a shield to protect yourself from chub rub. You might need two depending on the size of your legs. So that's why I keep my mask. I'm beginning to need two because we've been eating a lot of food lately. So also, if you don't want to ride with anybody on a Skyliner, like I do not like to share with people I don't know, I just don't like it. You just use your chub rub mask for your legs. You just put it on your face and you say, I cannot ride with anybody that is not wearing a mask. No, that cannot happen. Woo! So, pretty soon we'll be coming up to the main article, the main hub, chub rub, hub rub. That sounds like the same thing to me. And we'll be heading back for the long journey after this. And oh yeah, so you don't have to worry about sweating in these things because there's plenty of air. So you just lift your arms, and you could use a little chub rub on your arms so that you don't, get a little rash going on underneath there, because man, that could be bad. All right, so stay tuned. If you want more information in a real way, just contact me, Bubby. All right. See you then. Bye-bye.